Why has this video been on my recommendeds page for a week? Welcome aboard, ladies and gents, and everyone else who represents, to another That Vegan Teacher video. Please do not exit the video until we've come to a complete stop. If I sound weird today, I'm sorry. I'm coming down with allergies. Hopefully they'll go away this week. Anyway, today I decided to do another That Vegan Teacher reaction because I woke up this morning and my brain was like, I don't feel so good today. Let me just stress myself out. This one actually dropped while I was recording my last one over the weekend, but this one is Odin's Beard, 58 minutes? Oy, gewalt. Maybe it'll be easy to pick through the inconsistencies this time, like the last one. This time she's going after Anna Oop, who I think is a commentary channel. So let's have a look-see at what she has to say for herself this time, eh? At this time, I'd like to ask you to fasten your seatbelts, sit back, relax, and make yourselves uncomfortable and enjoy the in-flight movie.
Be vegan fantastic. Don't be vegan phobic. Don't be vegan phobic like Vegan Booty. Her name is Tash Peterson. You see this picture here, over here, this beautiful young lady with the blue eyes? That's Anna Oop.
I really wish this woman wouldn't give me the ammunition to do this.
Anna Oop. She's a great animal rights activist. She is amazing. She is not afraid to show her face, and she defends animals. Versus Tash Peterson, who is encouraging animal abuse.
I'm such a shady bastard.
Our question here, students, what we're trying to figure out is, why is Vegan Booty encouraging animal abuse? Today she has put another video up here and said, I found a girl worse than that vegan teacher. Well, actually, Tash Peterson is in her late 20s. She's not a girl.
Okay, she found a boy worse than that vegan teacher. It's 2021. I can get with the times.
Miss Katie has been the annoying problematic.
Oh, saying that an animal defender is annoying. That gets you another X, Anna.
The remarkable thing here is that she's using identity as a victimization complex that has never really held up in any form of intellectual debate. It's like saying Caitlyn Jenner is out of touch with the working class people, and the response is, oh, you're insulting a trans activist, you're transphobic. This is the tactic Miss Katie is using right now, and it's a very underhanded subterfuge to get out of having a more in-depth debate. We don't dislike you because you're vegan, lady. We hate you because you're a bench.
You're getting an X for speaking out against animal defenders. Basically what you're saying is you're fine with this abuse. I'm gonna give you an X for that too. I'm gonna just assume that you're okay with that. What about cats? You okay with people eating cats?
I'm gonna assume also then that blah 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 blah. Again, this is a manipulation tactic. If you're against me, then you support everything I'm against. Even though they don't say that. Putting words in other people's mouths. The entire video is a non-stop conveyor belt of, oh my gosh, you're being mean to me, which means you hate animals. Please have all of the seats, bench.
Your job is to tell your millions of teenage followers to be vegan. You failed to do this. You're actually making fun of an animal defender who is trying to speak out and give this message.
Now you're just gaslighting. Just because someone calls out toxic behavior doesn't mean they're against your cause. Self-awareness is important. If you aren't self-aware, you might bring more negative attention to your fight. And the positive attention is what you really want to get more people on board. Her tactic here is not to ask, not to inform, but to brainwash and demand influencers to tell their followers and friends to do what Miss Katie wants. Bench, why are you so aggressive? But I have no idea what else I'd expect from a 56 years young fundamentalist woman named Karen.
Her aggressive.
Controversial videos and her connection to that vegan teacher. Her content is incredibly graphic, and I'm not just talking about the disturbing videos.
Incredibly graphic?
Let's remind you exactly what's going on in the industry. Anna.
Yes, Miss Katie, literally showing visuals and videos of animals being mangled, blood, genitalia, and sound bites of them shouting, wailing, and crying in pain. Totally not graphic at all. I can't imagine why most video platforms strike down this kind of content. How forking dare they? Forcing squeamish people to watch disturbing footage like that is illegal and violates certain laws when shown to minors. For context here, the real subject of Anna's video right now is Vegan Booty, aka Tosh Peterson, a young woman from Australia who takes a way more active approach to her ideology. And by active, I mean she wakes up in the morning and searches on Google for illegal activities and does said activities to promote aggressive veganism to people. Her crimes include disturbing the peace, defacing public property, i.e. vandalism, public harassment, and the list goes on. Also, it's important to note that that vegan teacher is going back and forth in this video to her graphic don'twatch.org video, so I'll be cutting those parts out.
Masturbating cows. Do you do that also in your spare time, Anna?
That what you think's okay?
You know, why do you hide your identity, by the way? Why don't you have the guts to show your face like we do?
And here we come to my favorite part, where I get to explain the tu kukui fallacy. Just a robot and just stop, I'm coming for your gig. Cliff Notes version, tu kukui is an underhanded tactic inexperienced debaters use to attack their opponents on a personal level, with insults that have nothing to do with the topic at hand, with the sole purpose of invalidating their opponent's credibility. Yet they think they're making a valid argument to persuade their audience to take their side.
Of slaughtered animals. Yep, she also has an OnlyFans. Vegan Booty is so crazy that she even got banned from her own country. So you guys, I originally found out about Vegan Booty through TikTok, but her account has since been taken down. Gee, I can't imagine why.
You know why? Because of vegan-phobic people like you and because of the meat, dairy, and egg industries who don't want to hear the truth.
Peterson was evicted from her own country by security because she posed a public risk. And she was banned from TikTok because she encouraged illegal activities, which goes against community standards. The industries had no stock in these decisions, and as far as I can see, she never once set foot anywhere near any of the industrial facilities where the atrocities and abuse are being carried out. It's almost as if she was harassing the wrong people all along. Why did you get kicked out of your own country? Oh, gee, I don't know. All I did was commit every misdemeanor in the book. As we say in my country, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's a verbal American delicacy. You can have that. You're welcome.
Maybe because all of the screaming and intense imagery? Surely not. Thankfully, or maybe not thankfully if I'm being honest, her YouTube is still packed with insane videos of her trashing public spaces.
How is it insane to defend animals? Pick one. It's insane to defend animals. It's insane to murder them for no reason.
This is the duality complex. Miss Katie is implying that as long as you're fighting for a cause she believes in, you can do it however you like and there should be no holds barred. Which is a dangerous mentality which we in America know all too well.
Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?
Applying a duality to a morally gray area can lead to sociopathic behavior, which is what Miss Katie is promoting, regardless if she's being serious or not. This is a very important conversation to have with your friends and loved ones when they become involved with an ideology that you can support, but also begin to notice toxic behaviors like this.
Thankfully, a lot of your audience, Anna Oop, is looking into this, and they know how shallow you are. They're outgrowing you.
Oh, really? Well, let's go have a look at Anna Oop's comments then, shall we?
I've been vegan for 8 years, and I must admit she is totally off the rail. I would never force my veganism or religion on anyone else. Shameful.
As someone who is in the vegan community, we don't claim her.
My cousin is a vegan and doesn't even care when I eat meat. She needs to stop. This is going out of control.
This isn't even confirmation bias. I couldn't find a single comment under Anna Oop's video defending either one of these two nut jobs. But I did find plenty of secondhand vegan activists condemning this behavior. You wouldn't happen to be lying to us, Miss Katie, now would you?
Now, I'm sorry to everybody if my words are not coming out eloquently. I get pretty upset about this subject. And as you can see, I don't edit my videos. So it's just coming out the way that I feel.
Have you ever stopped to think that that's part of the problem? You're pouring out your feelings into these videos you make. Now, I'm a firm believer in facts do care about your feelings, but you also have to be willing to meet in the middle. Instead of altering the facts to fit your feelings, why not try altering your feelings to fit the facts? You think that what you see on Dominion.com, Don'tWatch.org, and the vegan messages from the health organizations is the only information you'll ever need in the world, but you make up statistics like what you said about Anna Oop's viewers. You can't just assume something without looking it up and declaring it as a fact, Miss Katie. It can get you into some serious trouble. Legal trouble.
Restaurants and harassing service workers. Way back at the start.
She's not harassing service workers. She is harassing the system. She is trying to raise awareness. It's called disruption. That is what the women did back in the day when they were forced to be slaves to their husbands, essentially, because they were considered to be property. And women stood up. And they said, no, we want the right to vote.
Let me stop you right there. While it's true that disrupting the system is a way to bring about change, you need to make sure your disruption is properly aimed. Like your women's suffrage movement example. The women who called for equal rights didn't go out to their local public parks, theaters, or restaurants to harass random people who had no government authority whatsoever. They protested at official government buildings. They held private book meetings to organize what they wanted to say, and they used their voices to call out to the people in charge. Not just any old stranger in the street who had no means of giving them what they wanted. The problem with you and your teacher's pet I almost said trash. Tosh Peterson is that y'all are disrupting average people and not the system. The people you're attacking have no authority to give you what you want. And yes, disruption of civilians is harassment. Have any of you even set foot in the industries or factories? I'm gonna assume no, because none of your videos show that either of you have protested there.
Literally just trying to take their dogs for a walk, and for some reason she decided,
why do you have this blurted out here, eat not animals? Why are you trying to censor her message here?
Because that word is flagged as inappropriate for YouTube. Have you any idea how YouTube works, Miss Boomer? Also, it's not censorship because she's still showing the rest of the message. We all can get the point here.
Where is
Vegan
the
Booty
evidence?
has come under fire for
Where did she do that?
videos that show.
Who is this? It says to do nothing to do with anything. Why on earth are you showing a random woman? Bizarre.
So her vandalizing.
Why are you showing this? As if that is vegan booty. Where's the evidence that she spray painted in any kind of a restaurant?
Ladies and gents, and everyone else who represents, Boomer Karen doesn't understand stock clips. Point and laugh, everyone. Point and laugh.
Okay, this is again Stefania, and she's wearing a shirt that says the No Bra Club. Now, why she's doing that is she is part of this. She's trying to have this campaign that says free the nipple. Now, this is because, in her opinion, male nipples and female nipples are no different, and women should be allowed to take their shirts off if they're hot. Why not? If men can't control themselves, well, that's their problem. It's not the women's problem. And she also relates this back to the dairy industry, where the females are responsible or have...
As you can see in this clip, she's showing favoritism and love-bombing Tosh because she agrees with her ideals and morals, or lack thereof. Whereas she would berate any other woman she didn't know wearing that shirt because, quote-unquote, there is no vegan message on it. You don't have to look very far to see further examples of this bias in her other shorter videos.
Have you ever seen some fat men? Their boobs are bigger than mine. What's the difference? I bet you if you took a close-up shot of them, you couldn't even tell the difference.
Ah, fat shaming. Another wise vegan teacher ideology to add to the pile.
Thank goodness for people like Tosh Peterson. Now this is where she poured the fake blood, which is easy to clean up.
Easy to clean up? In what universe? I used to do horror-themed ARGs, and let me tell you, that stuff stains like a motherforker. I had a fake blood stain on my favorite jeans for the rest of their life, and my friends thought I did something.
She didn't do anything behind the counters. She just put it there to try to attract attention. And she was showing, she had the sound of the animals who are dying as they are being murdered, because that is what none of you want to see. That is what Anna Oop is afraid to see.
It doesn't matter how easy the fake blood is to clean up, and it doesn't matter where in the shop she did it. It was a tripping hazard. And her blaring that noise in the restaurant, people didn't need or want to hear that. It disturbs the customers who are just forced to hear that while trying to mind their own business and eat their murdered food in peace, which they have a right to do. This is where the legal protest and illegal protest line is drawn. She could have just stood outside the establishment around the front doors and handed out flyers or pamphlets to people, or they could have just stood out there with picket signs. Lesson here, kids, don't follow the examples of hysterical people. And with that, we're going to land the video here. And to Miss Katie, thank you very much.
Don't fly with us again.
I hope the rest of you enjoyed your flight with me. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for flying with us today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.